Okay, so how did you start selling that D?
Selling that D.
Yeah.
We're talking about porn.
Onlyfans. Yeah. How did you get into that? Because I feel like being in a band and sort of like carelessly giving away your dick to like hundreds of different girls a year probably helped prepare you for that.
Well, to be 100% honest, it literally just made perfect sense. Rock stars fuck porn stars. That's what we do.
Right.
Like, if I'm fucking porn stars and Playboy models on the reg, shit, I might as well become a part of the community and start doing porn myself and making some money myself, because I'm not scared of showing my dick and like, I've got a good dick, like might as well do it. So it kind of just made sense. But the bigger reason was I started going to AVN 2 years ago. My roommate, who works for my clothing company and my record label, he also works for Sex Panther, which is like a porn company.
Right.
And he, 2 years ago, before I even started doing porn, he was like, hey, like, does Attilla want to host like the official after party for AVN in the penthouse, like Floyd Mayweather's penthouse? And we were all like, duh, fuck yeah. Like, we get to party and hang out with porn stars. Fuck yeah, let's do it. And we went. And then I think I realized at that moment, I was like, damn, these porn girls are like way cooler than a lot of these like shady band dudes I meet. Like they're real. They're just like, and even like other girls, like they're just very straightforward. Like, hey, like, do you want to fuck? Like, hey, can I suck your dick? I was like, whoa, this is cool. Like, I like this porn world.
But now I feel like it's like, hey, like, I'll suck your dick, but can you film it for my OnlyFans? Like, that's like a normal fucking conversation when you hook up with a porn star. I feel like at this point, like, if I was still single and still just like meeting random porn stars on Twitter, I would just kind of be expecting them to be like, I can just put this on my OnlyFans, right? Like, nobody's gonna know it's your dick, so who cares, right?
Well, they're gonna know it's my dick because my dick's tattooed.
Yeah. Oh, the whole dick.
Not the whole dick, but like down the shaft, I have a pretty large tattoo, so I can't be a stunt dick.
Yeah, I have the whole pube area, so I was never really going to be able to get away with it anyway.
Yeah. But no, it just made sense because the first year I went to AVN, I just really loved the community. Like, I loved all the porn girls and the porn guys, and just like the vibe was really good. So I started like making friends with a lot of people in the industry, and then I've been doing OnlyFans and doing porn for pretty much a year now, like a little under a year. And it just made sense to me. I was just like, I love this. I know a lot of porn stars. Like, let's just run it. Let's do it. And I started it and I was just like, wow, this is really fun and really lucrative. And it's great. Like, I get to make connections with so many people, like no matter what city I'm in or where I'm at. Like, I've got 3 or 4 shoots booked, like even one like right after this interview. Like, it's cool, like I fucking love it. It feels like something I'm just as passionate about as music, basically. Like, I'm not being fake to do porn. I'm just being myself. Like, I'm a sex addict. I love to fuck all the time. And I'm not shy about my dick or how I fuck. So I might as well film it and show everyone. So
no, I feel like I kind of feel like I turned a corner yesterday because me and my girl were filming some OnlyFans stuff for this new thing that we have coming out, and we had this girl, and my girl was like, eat her ass on camera, and we had like a real film crew and shit, and so me and my girl are eating the girl's ass on camera together, and I'm just thinking like, yo, I never ate ass or pussy on camera ever before in my life, and now I'm just like, yeah, of course I'm gonna do it, because now I've kind of like accepted in my head like, okay, I am a real porn star. I got to do all the porn star stuff, and I feel the same way where it's like people want to act like you're like compromising part of yourself, because we're both in the same position where we both have money from other things, so it's like sometimes people will be like, oh, like the other thing you're doing must be falling off because you're doing this porn thing.
Exactly.
The reality is that the thing I'm doing is just fine. It's just that OnlyFans money, trust me, it's stupid. It's not like other money. It's huge. It falls from the sky like you're on fucking The Price is Right. Like, it just blankets you. I haven't even really like got into it fully, but the bag is stupid. Like, it's not like a regular ass bag that you have to work really hard at. It's, and for me personally, like, I have no qualms about it. I like doing it. It's fun, you know. I would have fucking banged these girls with my girl anyway, you know.
Exactly. I have no qualms about it at all. I love fucking. I love making cool videos, coming up with cool themes. Like, it's perfect. I love OnlyFans. It does really well. Like, why wouldn't I do it? But you're right. The biggest thing is people coming at me all the fucking time saying, oh, you're doing OnlyFans because, like, like everything else isn't doing good. Bitch, everything's doing good. The biggest complaint I get is people being like, stop posting with porn stars. Focus on music, bro. Focus on music. And I'm like, dog, I wrote and recorded a full Attilla album during quarantine. And I wrote and recorded a full Bone Crew album for my side project during quarantine. And I've done numerous guest features on rappers, like other people's stuff. I've made more music in 2020 than I've made in my life, and people have the audacity to say, make some fucking music, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bitch, I've made more music, and I'm doing porn now, so fuck off. It's quarantine. I can't tour. I physically can't tour legally.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. I like porn. I'm passionate about it. If you don't want to watch it, don't click the link.
People tend to overestimate how much time doing porn really takes too, because a lot of times, like, me and my girl will have a shoot booked with some girl, and it takes longer for my girl because she got to do her makeup and stuff, but it will literally be me sitting on the couch smoking a blunt, watching TV, and then I like walk into the room, get a boner. It takes like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then that's it. And that's the whole thing. I just had to be home to like work for, like, you know, maybe I'm home for an hour or two to just do that content. And it's like, I sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 interviews and then I go do that. And it's so nothing and so almost guaranteed to make much more money than the 3 interviews I did. That it reminds me though of like, this is important though. Like, you're doing No Jumper not because of the money, but because you actually feel like it's important, you know?
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's the same for me. Like, I do music because that's my passion. I'm never going to give up music or stop doing it. Do I make more money from doing porn on OnlyFans? Fuck yeah, I do. Like, my OnlyFans is popping. People want to see me fuck porn stars, like the rock star porn star combo. It's sick. But
sense.
I'm not going to stop making music. I'm still going to write music. I'm still going to tour as soon as the world lets me. So like, sometimes I just want to scream like, hop off my fucking nuts. Hop off my fucking nuts,
That
bro.
sounds like an Attilla chorus though. Hop off my fucking nuts. I could see that. But yo, so does it make like dating kind of weird, or like talking to girls normally kind of weird? Because sometimes when like I'm in a relationship, but if I wasn't, sometimes it just feels like, it feels weird to think that I spent so much of my life like trying to pursue women and to try to, like, you know, basically convince them to have sex with me. And now it's like, it's nothing. It's like, oh, this is clearly beneficial to both of us. We do it, we film it, and then the dynamic is just so different.
You two have a good dynamic, but no, I totally agree. Like, well, first of all, I'm single. Hi, ladies. No, I'm single, but like, if I am talking to someone and I'm interested, my big thing is just full honesty and transparency, because I think like a character that's failed me in my past is just not necessarily like always lying, but just maybe hiding stuff that I should have been more upfront about. But I'll tell people, I'll be like, yeah, like, this is what I do. Like, I do porn. I have an OnlyFans. And I'll tell them the amount I make. I'll be like, I make a ton of money. Like,
Right.
I don't think this is like a forever thing, but for the time being right now, I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and it's setting me up for an even more prosperous future. So I think that the real ones will recognize and be like, oh, cool. And, you know, if people don't accept that, that's fine. But also at the same time, I don't even think I've met a girl that doesn't have OnlyFans themselves. So it's kind of like,
we live in a bubble where we think that, because like there's so many normal girls that don't, but I agree that like 90% of the girls that I meet pretty much have one, and the ones who don't are constantly being asked, when are you going to get an OnlyFans?
Exactly.
And some of them it's like very, very annoying, like that they just don't want to be perceived that way, which is totally fine, but it's like, it's a constant question, I feel like.
But I just also, I wonder this question, but like, how the fuck would I ever meet a normal girl? Because I'm like, I have face tattoos. I look fucking crazy. Like, what normal girl at fucking Trader Joe's or whatever is going to pop up to me and be like, hey, like, they're looking at me like, get that dude the fuck away.
Yeah, you or I are like magnets for the OnlyFans type.
Exactly.
I feel like, you know, like
exactly.
they could kind of just smell it on us. Like, oh, he looks like a dirtbag. Yeah.
Yeah, they want the fully tattooed, like felon-looking dudes to come fuck them for their OnlyFans.
Yeah. I've been thinking like I just need to like fully just get ripped, because that's the main thing that separated me from like a Johnny Sins, besides the fact that he's apparently extremely good at his job, is that like he's in sick shape. Like he looks like a fucking bodybuilder. A lot of these black dudes, they look like fucking linebackers. They're in such good shape.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's the part of the equation that I'm not holding down. And so every time I'm staring down a bowl of chips right now, I'm kind of thinking like, this is one step away from like the 6-pack version of yourself that would probably be a much hotter commodity on OnlyFans.
I actually completely agree, because I'm kind of like a lanky dude. Like I've just got like an overall lanky build, but all my weight goes to like my stomach. So I've got like a little dad bod type shit going on, but it hasn't affected anything. Like no one's been like, hey, like I don't want to fuck you because like you got a little bit of a dad bod. They're kind of just like, hey, that means you're probably like, I don't know, nice.
Like you don't have to do this. Like the guys are in sick shape because that's all they do is porn. It makes sense. If you don't have to be in good shape, it's almost kind of a flex, you know? Yeah, that's real. Yo, but AVN's like next time they do it, which is definitely not going to be this year, but probably next year, hopefully, it is going to be really interesting, because now all of a sudden there's going to be so many more girls who are doing OnlyFans stuff who have never shot for a real porn company, and so many dudes who are kind of in the game now too, who again have never shot for a real porn company. It's like the clientele, and I mean I went to AVN once, and then I went once again and did not go to the awards show or the convention, and just played poker like a fucking degenerate. But I just think that's going to be the porn world. Like people are not, I don't think people are paying attention to how much this shit is changing.
Yep.
Because like, dude, like I remember having a conversation even like a couple of years ago about like I would never ever do porn, and now it's like I don't even think twice about it. Like it just doesn't even seem that crazy.
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree, and the world is changing, because you know, you've got these mainstream people in mainstream porn, and that's like what they've gotten put into and what they've been doing like long before OnlyFans. And now OnlyFans comes out, and all of a sudden you've got creators on OnlyFans making 10 times as much as these mainstream porn stars. And it's weird, because when the mainstream porn stars, I find, like get into OnlyFans, some of them do really well, and like of course not discrediting, but sometimes people are like, well, why would I pay to subscribe? I can just watch for free on Pornhub or X videos. So it's weird. It's, you know, I came in at a good time, because I've never done mainstream porn, and I don't think I ever would, because I think my biggest thing is creating that mystery and that allure, because I'm not famous for porn. Like that's not why I'm famous. Like I'm famous for music and being in a band. So my goal is to keep my dick completely hidden from the internet, unless you join my OnlyFans. And I think that curiosity is what helps my OnlyFans personally, and I like to keep that curiosity.
It's crazy that we didn't realize how valuable our dicks were prior to this. You know, like there's like I never would have thought that many people would want to pay money to see my penis involved. Obviously, it's mostly about the girl, but I mean, you know, it's just very interesting. Like that was something that never really occurred to us before. And I even, you know, some of the male porn stars that I've researched who kind of had a little bit of like a mainstream celebrity thing. It's just, I feel like they were perceived very differently even 5-10 years ago than the way that dudes who do this shit now are. Like I feel like the world is ready for like mainstream male porn stars to just be the guys who are out there doing that. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's time, baby. The porn takeover. Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Are you seeing a lot of smaller bands who are like, there's guys in the bands who are like doing it as well?
No, dude.
Really?
Honestly, I haven't seen it, as far as like my genre goes, like hardcore metal, I haven't seen a single person join OnlyFans.
Wow.
And I think honestly, like we talked about how my genre is very like, you know, positivity and this and that, like activism. I think that a lot of my genre like probably hates me now because I do OnlyFans, but the reality is like I'm doing what I love. Like I'm not doing it for like a money grab. I'm doing it because I like it and it's fun. And especially now, I started it way before pandemic, but now it's pandemic. I can't fucking tour and play a concert. I'd rather be on stage, like jumping in a crowd and fucking shit up. But hey, now I'm just slaying pussy and doing that instead. Like, cool. Like, but I think I don't know. I've probably lost respect from peers in the metal or whatever, but I literally just do not give a fuck, dude.
They're on the wrong side of history and they're going to figure it out sooner or later.
I don't give a fuck, man. Like,
yeah, I feel like it's like in bad taste to judge a woman for doing porn at this point. Like, it's almost like, you know, if you were to like go on social media and say like, oh, so-and-so is just a whore, or she's just a slut because she's doing porn or whatever, it will go over badly. And it's only a matter of time before guys are sort of judged by the same standard, I think.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. All I know is like dudes like you and I, we're definitely like the minority because there's not a lot of like OnlyFans dudes, you know?
It's just going to keep getting worse and worse, though. We'll look at this conversation in a year or two, and we'll be like, man, remember when we had that conversation? Because all these motherfuckers are going to figure it. But maybe I'm overestimating because maybe people really either have, you know, micro penises or they can't stay hard. I mean, like,
you don't have OnlyFans because you got a small dick, boy.
Right. No, I take it for granted that it's so easy for me to do that kind of stuff. Like, for me to fuck a girl on camera is just like nothing. And also, people don't realize that it's like, you know, a typical OnlyFans clip is what, 10, 15 minutes. It's like, if you can't stay hard for 10 to 15 minutes, I don't know what the hell you got going on. You got to see a doctor or something, man.
Go to the doctor.
Yeah, because I would always hear about like real porn star dudes who couldn't get hard on set, but I feel like that's probably a more grueling thing where they have to get hard over and over. Like,
and their sets are like 12 hours long.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.